वेलकम टू तथास्तु ICS। मेरा नाम है ऋषि कोडवानी और मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं प्लेसेस इन न्यूज सीरीज के सेकेंड एपिसोड में, in which we are going to discuss the places that have been mentioned in the news for the second week of December. So without wasting much time, let us directly begin with our first place, which is Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso सबसे पहले हम देखते हैं कि न्यूज में क्यों था। Burkina Faso was in news because the military junta, जुंता स्पेलिंग है लेकिन स्पेनिश वर्ड है इसलिए एच प्रोनाउंसिएशन देते हैं, मिलिट्री हुंता अपॉइंट्स द न्यू प्राइम मिनिस्टर। यानी बुर्किना फासो एक ऐसी कंट्री है जहां पे मिलिट्री रूल है और मिलिट्री ने ही एक नया प्राइम मिनिस्टर अपॉइंट किया है। What are the consequences of this? That we are not going to discuss. We are only going to restrict ourselves to the geographical aspect, geopolitical aspect, mapping aspect. So first let us look at where is Burkina Faso as a country. So it is a Western African nation in which you can see it is surrounded by, in clockwise direction we'll move from north to south. So in the northern side we have Mali as a country. On the northeast side or the eastern side we have the Niger. It is not Nigeria, it is Niger as a country. Then in the southeast we have Benin as a country. Then we have in the south we have Togo as a country, Ghana as a country, Cote d'Ivoire. This is also known as, in English, this is a French name. This is a French name, and in English, the same country is known as Ivory Coast. This country is known as Ivory Coast. So we can pronounce this name as Ivory Coast in the southwest. Coming to the west and north, it is surrounded by Mali. This whole nation, this whole boundary is belonging to Mali. So Burkina Faso is surrounded by Mali, Niger, Benin, Togo, Ghana and Ivory Coast. Now, we can also understand that Burkina Faso is a landlocked country. It is a landlocked country, which means it is surrounded by land masses from all the four sides and it is not open to any sea or ocean. So that is the mapping about Burkina Faso. Let me again show you. In the north it is Mali, in the east it is Niger, in the south it is Benin. South you have two countries, Togo and Ghana. Southwest we have Ivory Coast, and west it is again Mali. Now, if I give you a brief description, few important facts about this country. What is the form of government? Burkina Faso has a unitary republic under military junta. Unitary republic, so republic means that the head of the country will be elected. But who is the head of the country? It is military junta. So the military dictator is there who is the head of the country. And it is a unitary government. Unitary government means that all the powers are with the central government. It is centralized and not distributed with the provinces. There is also unicameral legislature. That means there is only one house in the parliament. These are all signs of strong leadership at the center, who is a dictatorial form of government. It is not dictatorial form of government. It is signs of dictatorial form of government that this country is run by a dictator. And that we can see, that we can confirm by military junta. Now, does this country Burkina Faso has any disputed territories? Yes, it has two disputed territories. One is a district. So there is Koualou. The name of the district is Koualou, which is disputed, which is claimed, which is at present with Burkina Faso, but is claimed by Benin. So if we once again come to the map, what we can see is between Burkina Faso and Benin, there is one village. There is one village known as Koualou, which is disputed between Burkina Faso. It is a district disputed between Benin and Burkina Faso. What we can also understand is that there is another disputed territory known as Agashar Strip. Agashar Strip is disputed between Burkina Faso and Mali. Where is so this is Mali. This whole border is between Burkina Faso and Mali. So in between here we have a region. Let me help you in identifying. This whole region is known as Agashar Strip, which is disputed between Burkina Faso and Mali. So if I can show you in this way, Agashar Strip, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, it is not Agashar Strip, it is Agashar Strip, which is disputed between Mali and Burkina Faso. So here you can see that we have this boundary till here it is claimed by Mali. but the international boundary is here. Internationally recognized, it is here. So Mali is trying to acquire more territory of Burkina Faso. So this strip, Agacha Strip, is known as a disputed territory between Burkina Faso and Mali. That is something that you can remember. Certain more additional facts about this country. This country was under French colony. This was a French colony. French had colonized this country, and they gave independence to this country in 1960. This country was previously known as Upper Volta. Upper Volta because there is this river Volta which is draining into Lake Volta, and this river Volta has three tributaries: White Volta, Red Volta, and Black Volta, all flowing through Burkina Faso. So you can remember that Burkina Faso has one river which is known as Volta. It has three tributaries, that are three rivers are falling into the main river of Volta. What are three tributaries? White Volta, Black Volta, and Red Volta. So like we have blue, so the longest river Nile. So we have Blue Nile and White Nile. Similarly, we have White Volta, Red Volta, and Black Volta. Where is this river draining into? Where is this river flowing into? Where is the mouth? It is the Lake Volta. Now, the last point is the country has experienced continuous instability due to attacks from Al-Qaeda and ISIS terrorist organizations, as a result of which multiple terrorist organizations have taken place, as a result of which the country is into continuous turmoil, continuous instability. जिसका फायदा उठाते हुए the military of the country has taken a coup, has toppled the government and committed a coup, military coup, जिसमें military junta have now become the leader or have now become the president of the country. तो ये कुछ factual information है बुर्किना फासो फर्स्ट कंट्री के बारे में. इसके बेसिस पे हम एक क्वेश्चन भी आपके लिए लाए हैं. Let us try to attempt the question. Which among the countries of Western Asia, there is a dispute in this question. Which among the countries of West Africa given below are landlocked? Which among the countries of West Africa given below are landlocked? इनमें से कौन सी countries landlocked है? Landlocked जैसे हमने समझा कि all the countries, the country which is surrounded by other countries and it does not have any access to open seas and oceans. So Benin, Ghana, Burkina Faso, and Senegal. Correct answer is Burkina Faso. You can again see where are these three countries, the other remaining three countries. What you can see is, so here we have Benin, here we have Ghana, so it is open to the Atlantic Ocean, and on the westernmost side it is Senegal, which is also open to Atlantic Ocean. So 3 out of 4 are open to Atlantic Ocean. Therefore we say Burkina Faso is the country which is landlocked. Let us move ahead to the second place that was in news, and that is again Ghana. Ghana is again, as we have already seen, it is a Western African nation. Why was it in news? Because presidential elections have concluded in Ghana, and a candidate who was previously president have again been elected as president. What is the name of the leader? Former leader Mahama is the current president of Ghana. Let us see, where does Ghana belong to? Ghana is a Western African nation. It is surrounded by, in the north by Burkina Faso, in the east by Togo. Benin is not touching Ghana. It is only Togo. In the south we have Atlantic Ocean, and in the west we have Ivory Coast. So you can remember that this country is known as Ivory Coast. What you can also remember is that, why would it be considered as Ivory Coast? Because there are resources of ivory. Where do we get ivory from? Elephants. So Ivory Coast is also known for African elephants, from where we can extract ivory. Now, the southern part where Atlantic Ocean exists, exactly what is there inside Atlantic Ocean? So there is something known as Gulf of Guinea. There is this, what is the name of the water body? Gulf of Guinea. This is the pronunciation of Guinea. So that is the name given to the water body southern of Ghana. So you can remember that what are the different surrounding places around Ghana. In the north we have Burkina Faso, in the east we have Togo, in the south we have Gulf of Guinea and Atlantic Ocean, and in the west we have Ivory Coast. What would be the form of government in Ghana? The form of government in Ghana would be unitary, presidential, republic and unicameral legislature. We already understood what is republic, that the head of the country is elected and not hereditary. There is no king or queen. Presidential republic means that there is no post of prime minister. There is no prime minister. The head of the government and head of the state, both de jure head and de facto head, both is held by someone known as the president. There is no prime minister in Ghana. So that is a presidential republic. And what is unitary? That it is all the powers are centralized with the union government and there is no powers given to the provinces. So that is about the form of government. Is there any disputed territory of Ghana? Yes, there are few minor disputes. There are few minor border disputes of Ghana with its neighboring countries. So what are the neighboring countries of Ghana? We can see the neighboring countries are Togo, Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast. Few minor disputes, border disputes, nothing much, nothing major. There is no place, there is no name, specific name available in which we can say that this place or this territory is disputed between Ghana and its neighboring country. There are few border disputes. If we can go ahead and see some other facts, the country was previously a UK colony. So British had colonized this country and gave independence in 1957. Previously it was known as the Gold Coast. So like we have understood that the western country is known as the Ivory Coast because of the presence of ivory resources in the form of elephant. Ghana was considered as Gold Coast. So you should remember that Ghana's previous name was Gold Coast because of the presence of gold reserves. So that is something that is important for you for examination. Second is, along with Indian Prime Minister, Ghana Prime Minister Kwame Nkrumah established NAM. What is NAM? NAM is non-aligned movement. You will understand in your IR that Ghana was one of the 5 founding members of NAM, non-aligned movement. The country of Ghana, there is a city inside the country known as City of Kumasi. What is the name of the city? City of Kumasi. This city is known as the Garden City of West Africa because of the presence of diverse ecosystems and biodiversity that this city holds. So, which is known as the Garden City of Africa, West Africa, is the city of Kumasi. Where is city of Kumasi? In Ghana. So based on this, I have also brought you a question. This is a picture where the five leaders were present on the day of the establishment of NAM. So Prime Minister Nehru, you know, from India. We have Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana. We have Abdul Nasser from Egypt. We have an Indonesian president, and we have a Yugoslavian Joseph Tito president. So there are 5 leaders. India. So who are the 5 leaders? You should be remembering the 5 leaders of the 5 founding leaders of NAM was India. We had Ghana. We had Egypt. We have Indonesia. And we have Yugoslavia. That simply means these were the 5 countries who did not wanted to either join the capitalist USA wing, or neither they wanted to align with the communist and socialist USSR. So they wanted to remain independent and politically neutral, and hence these 5 countries together formed NAM. So based on this, what is the question? Consider the following countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Algeria, Ghana, Serbia. How many of the above countries are founding members of non-aligned movement? So Indonesia was the founding member, Ghana was the founding member. So only 2 of them are founding members that we have already seen. Just a bit of factual information for you. आपको याद रखने के लिए ये important है कि साउथ ईस्ट एशिया से एक ही कंट्री है, मलेशिया वो कंट्री नहीं है. सिमिलरली नॉर्दर्न अफ्रीका से एक ही कंट्री है, अल्जीरिया वो कंट्री नहीं है, इजिप्ट वो कंट्री है. इसके अलावा घाना हमें मालूम है ही. और सर्बिया पहले उस टाइम पे कंट्री नहीं थी. सर्बिया वाज पार्ट ऑफ समथिंग नोन एज यूगोस्लाविया. आप आईआर और वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री में पढ़ेंगे कि 1991 में यूगोस्लाविया का भी डिसइंटीग्रेशन हो गया था एंड इट फॉर्म्ड समथिंग नोन एज सर्बिया, बोस्निया, क्रोएशिया, अल्बानिया, Montenegro and several other countries which जिसको आज आप बाल्कन पेनिनसुला बोलते हैं। तो बाल्कन पेनिनसुला में पहले यूगोस्लाविया होता था, यूगोस्लाविया got disintegrated in 91 and one of the newly independent country was Serbia. So Serbia was not the founding member, Yugoslavia was the founding member. So only Ghana and Indonesia are the two founding members of this organization known as NAM, Non-Aligned Movement. I hope I am able to explain you the question. Moving ahead with the third place, which is known as Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad is a kind of a province of Russia which is outside the mainland Russia. Why it has been in news? Because an Indian naval ship, what is the name of the ship? Indian naval ship Tushil, INS Tushil, was constructed in Kaliningrad and has been commissioned in Kaliningrad for Indian Navy, and it will sail through the waters and reach the Indian waters. So that is why Kaliningrad was in news. Now, where is Kaliningrad? So if you can understand that this whole is Russia, and there is, so what you can understand is that after Russia we have Estonia, we have Latvia, we have Belarus, niche we have Ukraine. So all these are different countries. So there is a gap between Russia and its another province known as Kaliningrad. So Kaliningrad is considered as an enclave, or exclave of Russia, because it is outside Russia. So the Russian enclave in Eastern Europe or near Baltic Sea is Kaliningrad. So that is the mapping. So now if you see what are the surrounding areas of Kaliningrad, we are not interested in the surrounding areas of Russia, we are interested in surrounding areas of Kaliningrad. So in the north we have Lithuania. Then what we can understand here is that this whole border is Lithuania. So north as well as east is bordered by Lithuania. Then coming to the south we have Poland, and in the west it is Baltic Sea. Let us try and look in the terms of words. In the north we have Lithuania, in the east we have Lithuania, in the south we have Poland, and in the west we are coming back to Baltic Sea. So these are the places that are surrounding Kaliningrad. What is the form of government in Kaliningrad? Kaliningrad is a city which is placed inside Russia. So what is the form of government in Russia? Russia is a federal, semi-presidential, republic and bicameral legislature. What again we know, republic, that means the head of the state is elected. Federal, it is not unitary, it is federal. Federal means that the center and state, the powers are distributed between center and state. All the powers are not with the center. State governments also have their own individual powers. What do we mean by semi-presidential republic? Semi-presidential republic का मतलब होता है कि there is the head of the government is prime minister, वैसे ही head of the state is president. लेकिन जो president है वो ज्यादा पावरफुल है than prime minister. यानी president जो होता है वो prime minister को appoint कर सकता है और हटा सकता है, लेकिन prime minister नहीं कर सकता. जैसे हम parliamentary system में देखते हैं, parliamentary system में देखते हैं where prime minister is more powerful than president. यहाँ पे उसका उल्टा होता है semi presidential में, president is more powerful than prime minister. So that is the form of government in Russia. What are the disputed territories of Russia? Kaliningrad का कोई disputed territory नहीं है. रशिया की दो disputed territories हैं. पहला Kuril Islands. Kuril Islands is disputed between Russia and Japan. So where is Russia, where is Japan, and where is Kuril Islands? Kuril Islands are somewhere here. So if you see, this is the easternmost part of Russia. Easternmost part of Russia में एक पेनिनसुला है जिसका नाम है कामचाटका पेनिनसुला, जिससे कुछ आइलैंड्स निकल रहे हैं. These islands are known as Kuril Islands. Most of the Kuril Islands are in the control of Russia, लेकिन the southern Kuril Islands are administered by Russia but are claimed by Japan. So the southern Kuril Islands are disputed between Russia and Japan. So that is something that you need to know, that if this is Russia, this is what we see is, this is Japan, this is Japan, this is Japan, and this Japan is having a dispute between. So here are Kuril Islands, and these Kuril Islands are disputed between Russia and Japan. There is another disputed territory between Russia, and that is Crimea. Crimea was earlier part of Ukraine, which in 2014 was annexed by Russia. And from that point we say that from 2014 onwards, the Crimea is under direct control of Russia. From here we also share a land border. It is not a land border, but it is a bridge joining the two, as a result of which Russia has access to Black Sea. तो ये जो जगह है ये Black Sea है, ये Black Sea है, और इस Black Sea का एक्सेस क्रीमिया में मिल जाता है, और यहाँ से वो बाहर निकल जाते हैं, मेडिटेरियन सी में आ जाते हैं, यहाँ से वो स्विस कैनाल में एंटर कर सकते हैं, और यहाँ से वो मेडिटेरियन सी के बाहर अटलांटिक ओशन में एंटर कर सकते हैं. So that is the geostrategical importance of Crimea. So there are two disputed territories of Russia. One is in the easternmost point, which is known as the Kuril Islands. Another is Crimea, which is with its bordering country known as Ukraine. Certain other additional facts about the country of Russia. The region was erstwhile part. Now this information that we are talking about, this information is not about Russia. It is specifically about Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad का कोई disputed territory नहीं है. Kaliningrad के बारे में लेकिन additional information है. Kaliningrad till World War II was ended. Till the time it was not ended, it was part of Germany. It was part of Germany. Nazi Germany का part था Kaliningrad. लेकिन 1945 में जब Germany हार गया, तो क्योंकि जर्मन फोर्सेस को सोवियत फोर्सेस ने हरा दिया था, therefore Kaliningrad was given to Soviet Union. At the end of the World War II, the city was transferred to Soviet Union. So 1945 onwards, Kaliningrad has become part of Soviet Union, और सोवियत डिसइंटीग्रेशन के बाद वो रशिया का पार्ट बन गया है. The city is situated on the banks of river Prigolia. So one important river that you can remember is the name of one important river that you can remember is Prigolia. Where is this river? This river is flowing in Kaliningrad, which is part of Russia. So Prigolia is one river in Eastern Europe that you can remember. The Kaliningrad is the center of world's amber trade. So amber is a precious metal. We know what is amber. Amber is a precious metal. It is a precious metal. And where are the maximum reserves of precious metal of amber? It is found in Kaliningrad, where 90% of the world's amber reserves are found in this place. So that is some additional information for you to remember that may be asked from you in case of UPSC examination. Based on this information, let us try to understand, let us try to solve a question. Which of the following statements in context of the territory of Kaliningrad of Russia is correct? So we have four statements and we have to identify which is the correct one. The first is, it is the easternmost region of mainland Russia. Easternmost region of mainland Russia is गलत है. वो हमने देखा कामचटका पेनिनसुला था, वो Kaliningrad नहीं था. Russia, the region is considered as an exclave of Russia and Eastern Europe. This is right. There is no problem in this. The territory is disputed between Russia and Poland. The territory is not at all disputed. वो एक normal province की तरह एक extra overseas territory of Russia है. तो ये स्टेटमेंट में गलत है. The region serves as one of the ports in Black Sea. Black Sea से related है ही नहीं Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad is not found in Black Sea. Kaliningrad is found in Baltic Sea. ये क्या है? ये Baltic Sea है. Black Sea यहाँ पे है. So आपको ये चीज याद रखनी है. It does not have a port in Black Sea. So the correct answer for that is the second, that the region is considered as an exclave of Russia and Eastern Europe. Moving ahead with the next place in news, that is Nagaland. There was a domestic place known as Nagaland. The state of Nagaland was in news because of the 25th edition of the famous Hornbill festival that was being celebrated in Nagaland, which is a symbol of historical and cultural diversity that the Nagaland offers. Where is the state of Nagaland? We see that it is in northeast. In the north we have what we can say is, in the north we have Assam. In the northeast we have Arunachal Pradesh, in the east we have Myanmar, in the south we have Manipur, and in the west again we have Assam. So I hope Nagaland, remembering Nagaland would be easy. It won't be difficult because it is your domestic, it is a state of your own country. So in the north we have Assam, in the northeast we have Arunachal Pradesh, in the east we have Myanmar, in the south we have Manipur, in the west we have Assam. Do we have any disputed territories of Nagaland? Yes, there is one disputed, there are few disputed territories along with the borders. What are the few disputed territories of Nagaland? We have 3 districts that you need to remember: Golaghat district, Jorhat district, and Sivasagar district. All these 3 districts are disputed between Assam and Nagaland. So if I am able to show you, so this is Nagaland, this border of Assam and Nagaland. So here are the 3 districts which are disputed between Nagaland and Assam. If I can show you where are these 3 districts, here is a place. So here you can see that there is Golaghat district, there is Jorhat district, and there is Sivasagar district. These 3 districts are disputed between Assam and Nagaland. Both try to claim. At present they are under the control of Assam. They are under the control of Assam, but Nagaland is also trying to claim these districts because of the presence of Naga tribes. वहां पे नागा ट्राइब्स रहती हैं, नागा ट्राइब्स मेजरली रहती हैं, इसलिए वहां पे नागालैंड उन टेरिटरीज को भी क्लेम करने की कोशिश करता है. Let us try to understand certain more additional information. There is this annual Hornbill Festival is celebrated to promote intertribal interaction and to preserve Nagaland's culture, Nagaland's heritage, that we have already understood. Kohima, the capital of Nagaland is Kohima, and it has a historical significance as during World War II. During World War II, World War we are talking about? During World War II, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who founded INA attacked the British military post but could not succeed. So there is this famous battle of Kohima in which Indian National Army tried to invade India from the northeastern part of the country so that they can defeat Britishers and take control of the Indian country. So Kohima has a historical significance also. Nagaland is suffering from long-term insurgency which is motivated by secessionism. So there is also long-term insurgency in which what we say is there is this whole area, this place, there is this demand of creation of Greater Naga Limb. There is this demand of creation of Greater Naga Limb. Greater Naga Limb का मतलब क्या है कि नागालैंड सारे indigenous Naga tribes, all the indigenous Naga tribes that are living together, they should form a separate country. They should form a separate country. और इंडिया से अलग हो जाना चाहते हैं. इंडिया से अलग हो जाने की टेंडेंसी को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Secessionism का मतलब है that they want to break away from the country and establish their own independent country. तो कुछ पार्ट ऑफ असम, कुछ पार्ट ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश, पूरा नागालैंड, कुछ पार्ट ऑफ मणिपुर, कुछ पार्ट ऑफ म्यांमार, ये सब मिलके अलग होके एक ग्रेटर नागालैंड बनाना चाहते हैं. So as a result of which people who are advocating for such have formed an insurgency group known as NSCN, National Socialist Council of Nagaland. National Socialist Council of Nagaland. इस NSCN के 2 डिविजन्स हैं that you need to remember. NSCN 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड हो गया था, NSCN IM and NSCN Khaplang, K से Khaplang. What you need to remember from examination point of view is कि NSCN Khaplang जो है ये violent activities करता है. आज भी नागालैंड में जितनी इंसर्जेंसी है वो NSCN Khaplang की वजह से है. But at the same time NSCN IM is peacefully demanding the separation but is not committing violent acts. तो इनका ceasefire agreement साइन हो रखा है NSCN IM का, but NSCN Khaplang is still doing violent activities. Why are they doing violent activities? To separate the territory of Naga tribes from India and establish their own country. So Nagaland is suffering from long-term insurgency which is motivated by secessionism and promoted by terrorist organizations like NSCN Khaplang and NSCN IN. So that was some factual information that I brought to you about the state of Nagaland. Now let us understand that if you are able to solve the question or not. Consider the following statements with respect to the state of Nagaland. The state was previously a princely state and after independence became the 13th state in 1963. This statement is with respect to it having some historical, having some political also, political background. So the state of Nagaland was never a princely state. The state of Nagaland was previously part of Assam, and due to secessionist activities it was separated from Assam and made into 13th state 1963. So this statement is partially correct, partially wrong. It is primarily wrong because of it was not a princely state. There were only two princely states in northeast. What were the two princely states? One was Tripura and another was Manipur. Only two princely states. One was Manipur, another was Tripura. All the other territories, Mizoram, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, were all part of Assam. So this statement becomes wrong. Second statement, the state is recognized for celebrating famous annual Hornbill festival. This is absolutely right, there is no problem. The state hosts the wetland Loktak Lake, which is one of the Ramsar sites and known for floating lakes. The part of Ramsar Lake and Loktak Lake is absolutely right, but the state does not host. Where is Loktak Lake found? It is found in Manipur. So the third statement is also wrong. First is wrong, third is wrong, only second is right. First is wrong, third is wrong, only second is right. Which of the above statements are correct? Only two. So only two is correct. So this is another territory that I brought for you. Coming to one of the last territories that were present in the news for the last week of December, for the second week of December, that is the region, that is a country known as Haiti. The capital of Haiti is known as Port-au-Prince. Port-au-Prince. And this is the capital of the country known as Haiti. Where is Haiti? Haiti, we'll understand where it is. It is a Caribbean country. Why was it in news? Because there was a gang. There is a gang war happening in Haiti, and as a result of which 184 people were massacred 184 innocent people were massacred as a result of gang war in Haiti. So this is one of the map that I have brought you for Caribbean islands. In Caribbean islands, in Caribbean Sea, where is Caribbean Sea? Caribbean Sea, you can see Gulf of Mexico. It is close to Gulf of Mexico. It is close to USA, which is Florida. So what you can understand is there is this Cuba, there all these territories, what we consider as Central American. So see, Central American nations. Central American nations, there are some islands also. The islands are known as Caribbean islands. Now, this is where Haiti exists. This is where Haiti exists. What you should know is that it is not an island. It is not an island. Why it is not an island? Because island is a land which is surrounded by water from all the four sides. Haiti is not an island because on one side it is surrounded by another landmass known as Dominican Republic. It is surrounded by water from only three sides. We cannot also call it peninsula because the shape of the peninsula does not exist. So Haiti is just a landmass which is present in one of the islands. That we can say Haiti is itself not an island, that you should remember. So in the north there is also water, that is Atlantic Ocean, or you can say Caribbean Sea. In the east we have Dominican Republic, in the south we have Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, and in the west also we have Atlantic Sea or Caribbean Sea. Atlantic Ocean or Caribbean Sea. So in the north we have Atlantic Ocean, in the east we have Dominican Republic, in the south we have Caribbean Sea, in the southwest we have something known as the country of Jamaica, which is an island country. But in the west we have something known as Gulf of Gonave. So this water body, where is it found? Where is this Gulf of Gonave found? What you can see is that this Haiti, this water body is part of Caribbean Sea and Atlantic Ocean, but more precisely, what is it known as? It is known as Gulf of Gonave. Where is Gulf of Gonave? Western side of Haiti. It is part of Caribbean Sea or North Atlantic Ocean, and in the northwest side we have Cuba. northwest side we have Cuba. Cuba is one of the communist countries that is present in American subcontinent. Now if we come to the form of government that Haiti has, it is a unitary semi-presidential republic that we have already understood that it is a republic that the head of the country is elected. Semi-presidential, that the president is more powerful than prime minister, and unitary means that the powers are centralized with the union government and less powers are with the state government. It is a bicameral legislature. That means there are two houses in the parliament. Are there any disputed territories of this country? Yes, there is one island which is disputed territory between Haiti and USA. So you can see Haiti is found here, Jamaica is found here, Cuba is found here. But in Cuba we have a territory here. This territory is the infamous Guantanamo Bay, or Guantanamo is the name of the prison. Guantanamo prison is the part of Cuba which is under the control of USA. USA has the control of this part, Guantanamo, where USA keeps its most wanted and most dangerous criminals. So since this island has proximity to USA as well as Haiti, therefore USA and Haiti are disputing this island. The name of the island is Navassa Island. But the most important part is that this island is uninhabited. That means there is no human living on this island. So this island is uninhabited, and that means that there is absolutely no relevance of having a dispute on this island. So that is something that you should remember. Other important parts is ex-French colony. Again, Haiti was also a French colony, but Haiti was a French colony, and what you can remember is that it was French colony till 1915. As soon as French left, USA took over, and USA took over till 1915 to 1934. In 1934, Haiti was granted independence from America. The official language of Haiti is Haitian Creole. What do we say? Haitian Creole. And the name of the language is Creole, and it is formed by a mixture of French and African languages. So what is the name? What is the official language that is used in Haiti? The name of the official language is Creole, which is a mixture from France or French and different African language. So that is one interesting point that you can remember. We have also brought you a question for practice, and the question for practice is: consider the following statements with regard to the countries of Haiti. It is an island country in the northern Pacific Ocean. This statement is wrong on two grounds. First, Pacific Ocean, Haiti is found in northern Atlantic Ocean. That is first thing, and it is not an island country. That I have already explained to you. It is found on an island, but it is itself not an island country. It is known for maximum sugar cultivation in the region, hence known as Sugar Bowl of India. This statement is wrong. This year it should be Sugar Bowl of the world. And even if it is Sugar Bowl of the world, the statement will still become wrong, because now earlier it was Cuba, then it became Brazil, and recently India has become the highest sugar producing country. So Haiti is not known for producing sugar. Its northwestern neighboring country known as Cuba was known as at some point of time Sugar Bowl of the world. So both the statements are wrong. If both the statements are wrong, which of them are correct? Neither of them are correct. So that was some additional information about Haiti, and that was a question on Haiti. So with this we come to an end with our discussion of this episode, in which we discussed different places that were mentioned in news for the second week of December. Please stay tuned with us and keep watching our videos so that we can help you in clearing your prelims examination. Till then, please take care of yourself. Thank you.